1023 BXR. It's your forecast coming up in a moment. We'll get to more BXR music as well, but it's just after 8 o'clock and 4th of July weekend. It's going to be hot. You're going to want ice cream, and there is only one Sparky's Ice Cream on 9th Street. Legendary. And we're here with the manager of Sparky's, Tony. Tony, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here.
And Friday Foodies, and I couldn't do it without some kind of a great dessert, and ice cream is the thing. Tell us a little bit about Sparky's, and how did this place even get started?
So Scotty, the owner, started it about 20 years ago. It's a miracle it even survived its first year. He opened it like late September 2003, right before it starts to get cold and rainy and people don't really want ice cream, but he made it through that. The shop kind of existed along. People who knew about it would come. We had a lot of regulars, but then the kind of the turning point for us was the cicada ice cream. And that got us some worldwide publicity, and it's been crazy ever since.
Well, Scotty Southwick is just such an interesting owner and such an interesting business owner here in Columbia. I've always kind of equated him to Willy Wonka, where he just kind of disappears and then these great ice cream flavors show up at Sparky's. Let's talk a little bit about the ice cream flavors, because I just had a chocolate shake. And I'll tell you, Tony, I order chocolate shakes all the time, and they don't always taste like chocolate. This thing is chocolate galore.
Well, for us, it's important to use the best quality ingredients we can. Our chocolate ice cream is always made with the Ghirardelli mix. We pride ourselves on trying to use the best quality of whatever it is. A lot of times we try to do that locally where we can. But for us, all of the flavors that we come up with, all of the standards, all of the interesting choice flavors that we have are just things that we've come up with over the years, and we just always try to reinvent ourselves, do something new, do something different. It's always great to bring back some classics or some new classics, but we also are always doing research, trying to push forward and find new and interesting things to keep us excited about ice cream as well.
And you guys are always really involved in the community. You've partnered with a lot of local organizations and for fundraisers and things like that. Let's talk about some of the flavors that you guys have created for that.
So we've done a lot of collaborations. We'll do stuff with Boone Olive Oil Company across the street. I just yesterday made a mole brownie ice cream with some brownies we picked up from Irene's that I'm really excited about. We're doing a partnership with them. They're going to do some like brownies a la mode. We're going to do just a brownie ice cream here with their stuff. Gosh, there's so many. It's hard to remember sometimes. We've just done.
I was thinking about the one over at Goldie's because Amanda was doing her fundraiser and.
Yeah, so we've done a couple of things with Goldie's. We did their tahini chocolate chip cookie dough before. We did a fundraiser for them where we made some pickle ice cream with theirs, and the idea was if you came and sampled it, we would donate money to their cause, and so we do a lot of donations of gift certificates. I gotta say, we came down and sampled that. I did sample some of the pickle ice cream, and it wasn't terrible. Yeah, that was everybody's response was it was better than I thought. I would never order a cup of it, but a taste was just enough for most people. But it's really important for us to be a part of the community and to do those collaborations to strengthen the community, to show people that there's like interesting and good places out there to work with. You just got to be willing to go get them.
They're a legend on 9th Street. It's Sparky's Ice Cream. We got to take a quick break and pay some bills. We'll come back. We'll talk a little bit about the lore of Sparky's, some of the artwork that you can see at Sparky's, and maybe what the future holds. We're coming back in a moment. Your forecast is on the way. This is Friday Foodies on 1023 BXR. 1023 BXR. All right, more music on the way, but Friday Foodies is continuing right now, and we're with the manager of Sparky's Ice Cream, Tony, and we're here inside Sparky's. The customers are stopping by. They're getting their ice cream and maybe checking out some of the artwork on the walls. Tony, this artwork is, I don't really know how to explain it.
So when I first started here in 2008, we sold local art on the walls, and then one day I was just working and I opened up this box that came. I don't even know if Scotty had told me what it was, and it was just this painting of JFK and Jackie Onassis. I was like, well, that's funny. And then they just kept showing up. And then more and more came over the years. And what I learned was that Scotty was going online and finding these paintings on eBay. For him, his fascination of the art is kind of in line with the way that he views the shop, that we're all in over our heads here. None of us really have any culinary experience. A lot of these paintings are clearly done by people who have no artistic backgrounds, but their ambition was always greater than their ability, and they were willing to just go for it and commit to doing something. People who can paint really well, but just make really boring landscapes of houses. Like, that's not very interesting. But somebody who has no idea what they're doing and they go out and try to paint a dog and like, this is the greatest thing that I could do. That's interesting. That's fun. That's exciting. And the other part of the story becomes people paying lots of money. There's a lot of custom framing jobs of these paintings. And then after somebody spent all that money to get it framed, they decided, I don't want this anymore. But instead of donating it, I'm going to sell it on eBay and see how much money I can get for it. And he's gotten into some serious bidding wars and lost. And he's shown me paintings that he's lost and the amount that they win for. And it kind of boggles the mind. But
I'll bet there are some painters out there that were very surprised that there was a Scotty Southwick out there.
Yeah. There's a little bit of everything. And I think every time that people come in, they notice a painting that they've never seen before. There's a lot of times people ask, is this new? And I'm like, no, it's been here for 7 years. But you wouldn't be able to tell just because there's so many of them. And we sometimes move them around a little bit, but...
Well, the Larry Bird with Skeletor is a classic. You got the Brooke Shields up here. You've got, there's so... It's funny because I can walk by art all the time and just pass it. I can't stop in here without spending real time looking at the walls, and sometimes it distracts me from my ice cream.
Yeah, like for us during the summer, we're so busy that it's really nice to have something for people to look at and to do while they wait in line. We'll look in the line, we'll just see people pointing and like signaling to their friends to look at something, like get a load of this painting, what is happening here. And it's a really nice distraction for the people. We appreciate people are willing to wait in line. We're a very small shop. We don't have a lot of space for people to work, so we can only have so many people, scooping ice cream at a time. So people's patience is, we like to believe that it's rewarded with this feast for their eyes, I guess you could say.
We're talking with Tony. He's the manager of Sparky's Ice Cream on 9th Street. And not just the manager, you're also one of the ice cream creators, right? Who else is actually creating flavors here?
There's a couple of us. We're in the process of training some more people as we go. But for the last several years, there's only been about 3 of us making. Ryan is the assistant manager, and then Sammy, who's been here a long time as well. We all kind of have different specialties. I make what I call and I don't mean this in a bad way, the dumb flavors, the ones with cookies and brownies and cakes, and I like those fun like ice cream shop flavors. Ryan likes to try to do things a little bit more sophisticated. He'll find exotic fruits. He'll try to come up with something that sounds fancier. Sammy's kind of our coffee expert. She makes a lot of mochas and things that use coffee because she loves coffee. And so it's just nice to have all 3 of us working together to kind of hit all the sweet spots for people.
Oh, the combination is great. And that you can come in and find something that you're going to like, and everybody that comes with you is going to find something they like at Sparky's Ice Cream. Get a shake, get a cone. By the way, my quiz question for you, where was the ice cream cone invented?
I believe it was St. Louis World's Fair. I want to say, yeah, your whole is 1904. I couldn't remember if it was 1908 or 1904. It's
1904, yeah, he's legit. He's the man. He's Tony. He's the manager at Sparky's Ice Cream. It's a 4th of July weekend, and you got to come down and check it out. What are your hours? Because you guys are kind of open late, too.
Yeah, a college town, we like to, cater to those people. We're 11:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. every night of the week. We try to stay open late. If kids need a study break, you're 19 years old, you can't hit the bars, but you want to go out and spend the night with your friends out somewhere. It's a nice place. We have outside seating, so like when it's a little bit cooler outside, your cone's not going to instantly melt. It's a nice place to just come hang out for a while.
And there's good lighting outside, too.
Yeah, it's just a nice environment to be around.
It's a good place for students to come late at night, but I got to be honest with you, it's more than one time where my wife at 10:15 or 10:30 has said, Sparky's is still open. Why don't you go get me some cake batter?
Yeah, and there's always like this little rush around 10:30, 10:45 of people who I think have done exactly what you've done. Like either they know or they've Googled and they're like, oh wait, they're still open. We can do this. We had a guy the other night call. He was like, it was like 10:50. He's like, I'm 2 minutes away and I really need a chocolate malt. And we're like, you got 10 minutes. You just got to make it in the door and then you're fine.
I know those kind of cravings, Tony.
Yeah. We all have them. I have them too.
All right, Tony's the manager at Sparky's. Come down and see him this weekend. Tony, thank you for joining us and being a part of Friday Foodies. We appreciate it.
No, appreciate you reaching out. Thank you very much.
All right, we'll talk to you real soon. Going to take a break and pay bills. Coming back, more BXR music